Howdy folks, and welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. We are doing leg 3 of our 50 States Tour series. And we're in Pennsylvania today. I know Pennsylvania isn't the third state alphabetically, but I got a subscriber request, a very specific subscriber request. And when I looked into it, I realized it was the Pennsylvania flight. So we're going to jump ahead to Pennsylvania, and we're going to do this flight. And it looks like the sun is rising, and the weather is updated as I do my little circle here at the airport. So I got the subscriber request. It includes 8 airports, including the one we're at. So the subscriber gave me a few to land at and stop at others along the way. So we're going to stop at all 8 airports. There are a few private airports I'm skipping just because they're right next to each other. And 8 airports at once I think is enough. So that means this is probably going to be the longest video I've ever had on my channel because I want to keep in as much as I can. So the recording of this, I'm speaking in the future now, is likely going to happen over a couple different days or a couple different sessions. So I'm splicing it all together for one video. I know it's a very long video, and I won't be offended if you stop and watch it at different times. And of course, I would never even know if you get through the video. I'm just saying, you know, whatever it takes. I like to keep my videos under an hour, but this is definitely over an hour. So let's just have at it, I guess. So the request is to start. Actually, let me stop spinning so I can look at my notes. Let's just actually stop like right there because that looks nice. All right. It's to start at Penn Valley Airport, and then we're going to fly a bunch of airports, which I'm not going to list right now. We'll talk about them as I put in my GPS approaches, or just look in the description below. That has all of them listed at once. So from Penn Valley, where we are now, we're going to fly to Danville, and then Bloomsburg, and then on and on. So we are in the Just Flight Turbo Aero 4. You don't need the Turbo Aero to do this flight. I just selected it because I want to use the version 4. And you can tell it's the 4 because the T-tail has a high tail in the back. So that's how you know it's version 4. And the way you select between 3 and 4 when you buy this aircraft is you just choose the livery. The livery will decide for you if it's version 3 or 4. Or Aero 3 or Aero 4, which is very awesome because they don't need, the designer doesn't need separate aircraft files to do that anymore. They can make changes just based on livery, and it does behave differently. The model is different, even though it's the same aircraft file, and only the livery changes it. I think that's fascinating. I don't understand how that works, but it works, and it's awesome. So we are in the 4 today. We do have real world weather turned on. It is kind of cloudy and hazy. The base of the cloud is supposed to be at 3,000 feet. So if it gets in our way, we'll have to turn clouds off. Now, the reason why I'm not terribly worried about 3,000 feet is because we're going to be flying pretty low because the airports are so close to one another. And we're just going to go from approach to approach to approach. So we're not going to get much altitude. So I'm hoping we can stay under the cloud base. If not, though, we will have to turn off clouds and just do a clear sky flight. There's hardly any wind either. I want to bring up the map. Oh my goodness, look at that. So if we click on the airport, what is our altitude? Yeah, see 462 and variable wind. So we should be able to keep clouds on, I hope. But if we have a sim stall problem like in the last video, or we can't see what we're doing and the scenery is just wiped out because of the clouds, we'll turn them off. But it's a little bit early to worry about that. It is 5:45 a.m. in the sim because I want to have a sunrise, a couple sunrise flights, and fly along. I don't know how long this is going to take, but it should be pretty awesome. So first thing we're going to do is get started right away from Penn Valley to Danville. That's our first leg. Danville is 8 November 8. I almost said 8 Nacho 8. I don't know. I'm going to come up with my own phonetic alphabet. So what do we need to do? We need to do our weight, fuel, and passengers. So I have my menu hidden over here. It's the little barbell thing. There it is. I got to bring that down because that's set for 4K monitor, which I do not have. Let's do passengers. I weighed myself today. I am exactly 200.0 pounds, but I'm also 6'4". I realize I grew 3 inches in the past 10 years. And we're gonna have a co-pilot with us, student pilot. What was I when I was a student? I was a whopping 135 all the way through college. We're gonna bring their friends with. Friends are a couple teenagers, so we got well, let's see. So we got 12-year-old boy with us, and a 10-year-old girl with us, and some water in the back. There we go, and some snacks. All right, so there you go. Fuel. We'll just redo fuel at the different airports if we have to, so we'll just keep that on half. And let's take that out. All right, let's hide the menu as well. So, I just didn't mention how we're going to do this. We're going to fly to an airport, and we won't shut down the aircraft completely in between airports, but when we fly, we'll land, we'll taxi somewhere, turn off the engines, check fuel and things, and then fire back up and go. That's my plan. If it's really going to work that way, we will find out. Where's my parking brake in this thing? I can't remember. There it is. Parking brake is set. Anyway, that's what I plan on doing. Let's reset all of our controls, battery. Gotta move this. Oh my gosh, I got phones going crazy in the background. I keep forgetting to turn off, silence my phones before I start recording. Anyway, battery. I think that's the left one. I can't really see that far. And check fuel gauges. I can see them from here. They're fine. Annunciator. Yep, they're lit up. All right, we turn the battery off now. See, we're not going to do all that every time. Trim to neutral between the seats, it says. Can I grab this? Or is it? I think it's faster using my trim wheel. Yep, trim down a little bit here. So it's right in the middle, just like that. Recharge the battery if you need to, and we can do that by going to this one. Yes, sparkle fouling. Batteries charged. We may have to look at that between flights. Maybe. Sparkle fouling just did that. Auto switch. Auto switch for fuel is already set, and that's because you need to switch tanks every 10 to 20 minutes, depending who you talk to, because the fuel is in the wings. If you don't switch tanks every 10 to 20 minutes, 18, 15, whatever you choose, you'll get lopsided. Alrighty. Let's close some doors. So let's hop out here. Oh, my preset's in the right spot this time. Let's close the baggage door, like so. Let's hop inside and close the main door. Let's see if I can figure this out. I think it's down to close. Come on. Down to open and down to close. So if you don't do it right, it'll open again. Come on. Close the door. Come on. Down. Oh my gosh. Fine. Close the door. Use that. And it locked itself. Great. And we'll lock it up there. Great. Okay. Fuel tank to left tank. Where are you? There you are. Props for... Wait. What? Hang on. I gotta read this. Get some light. Props forward. Throttle 1/4. Air is closed. I can see from here. Avionics are off. I can see from here. Battery we gotta turn on. Have to kind of sneak around for that. Nav and rotation beacons. It's just... Oh, this is a little different. What is it? Oh, there we are. Right there. Okay. Fuel pump on. Low for turbo. So it's going to go to low. Mixture rich. And it is. Confirm fuel flow. And there is fuel flow. Alright. Yell. Clear prop. Out the window. Start key. I think you just flick it and let go on this one. I don't think you hold it. There we go. Yes, I understand my gyro issue. Reset gyros. Confirm oil and temps. Yes, yes. Alt switch on. Right. Oh, gotta go over here for that one. Alt switch is on. Confirm those lights went out up there, and they did. Throttles to 14 to 1500. We're just over 15, so let's go back to 14. There we go. Gyro section 4 and 5. It is up there on the left. Lean the mixture. Pull back so we don't have spark plug fouling. But we don't want to cut it off on accident. That's also going to make the RPM go down a little bit. So let's bring that back up to 14. There we go. Turn on all of our avionics, which is this one. I think this one's already on. Yeah, let's turn it on. Turn that on. These are already on. That one's not, though. And this one I can't figure it out for some reason anymore. I did during my complete cold and dark tutorial, and ever since then I haven't been able to figure it out. But I don't use it. This is like your third DME. It's like a backup of a backup. If you can read all about it in the documentation. I'm not going to get into it right now. All right, sync gyros already did. Let's check out our map for our barometer. 3007. Wind, light, and variable, so it doesn't matter where we take off. 3007. Zoom in. Whoops, wrong way. That is 29. Oh my gosh, it's taking a while. 300246 3007. And flight plan in the GPS. So let's get rid of this silly message. It can come back though. Flight plan. That's not where we are. That was Alaska, I think. I'm not sure. All right, let's clear this out. I can just delete waypoint. Delete. Oh, fine, we'll just delete the whole flight plan of 1 point. Okay. That's where we are now. We're going to go to 8 and 8. Now, I guess I could put all the airports in here, then use GPS approaches in between, but that can get hairy for several reasons, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to go airport by airport. So I think it's inner 1. There we go. Let's do 8 November 8. Just like this. In fact, I don't even need to edit this out. It's so quick. There we go. 8 November. Whoops. 8. There we go. Now, I could do the GPS approach thing that we've talked about before, where I click on that and then do the GPS approach, but the problem there is that it never works for me. It always works in the Eclipse, but not in this thing. Not on this GPS. I'm sure it's just me. I'm sure it's just me. Not gonna worry about it. I'm just shuffling papers. I'm gonna put in the approach manually. So what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna get rid of this waypoint because I wasn't paying much attention, was I? Let's clear waypoint. Yes. We are going to, well, I gotta think of where we're gonna enter because this next airport is so close. I think we're just gonna take off and go north right to Zebmu. Zebmu, let me get that in quick. There we go. So we'll go there and then next is Boyev and then the runway. I guess it's actually Bavier or something like that. And then we can do 8 November 8. There we go. Just like that. Alright, and we're going to do our, well, actually we're going to back up here because we're going direct to here. And then we're going to do our VNAV. We want to be at 4,400. Whoa, wrong wheel. 4,000. I guess that is going to put us above the cloud line, cloud base. So we might have to kill clouds after all. 4,400 at, that means how you do at, Zebmu. And it won't let me do Zebmu for some reason. Fine. So let's change this. Let's do 2,500 at Bave, whatever. 2,500. Or I could do, it's a straight line. It's a straight line. Let's do it the right way. Let's go back to 4,400 and let's do 6 nautical miles. So we'll do 6 before, and that will be our waypoint that isn't showing up. So 4,400 above sea level, 6 nautical miles before Beauvais, and we want to do 800 feet per minute. Like I said, it's going to be, oh, I'm trying to get out of it. There we go. It's not going to be much because it's such a close thing. I just want to do some GPS approaches because I can. Oh, see, I screwed up. I did screw up. No, come here. Let's go direct there. There we go. It's not going to change that because it's the same thing anyway. I kind of had a feeling I did that when I didn't see the waypoint. Alrighty. That is set. I mean, it's going to be so quick. We might not even use it. We might just do it all visual. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I haven't done any practice flights or anything. Anyway, the GPS for the first approach is set. So let's move on. Actually, we need to do CDI in case I do use autopilot. Let's move on. Oh gosh, we're ready to taxi. We are already ready to taxi. So here we go. Let's get this taxi stuff set up. All right, this thing doesn't have taxi lights, so we're just going to hop out to our taxi position. And it doesn't matter which runway we take because winds are light and variable. So let's just take the parking brake off and give this thing a little bit of throttle. Get the first set of flaps down while we're going here. And then we'll just go right out. Looks like we can just go out and to the right. And we should be able to take off on whatever runway this is. I apologize I didn't get the runway numbers ahead of time. I could always just pull up the map, but because there's no wind, I wasn't too terribly worried about it here. So let's just get over here and get this thing going. We're not going to do a run-up. We've done plenty of run-ups in this thing, so we're not going to worry about it right now. And let's get a little more throttle because the friction's slowing me down. Alright, runway 35, which means we're going to be heading pretty much due north, which will be great because that means we'll go due north into our GPS approach for Danville. So that's going to be awesome. Alright, let's pull out on the runway here and try to center ourselves, and we'll get this thing going and we'll get out of town. Alright, so here we go. Battery and alt switch is on, and they are. Fuel pump on low, and it is. Air is closed. Props and mixture full forward. Flaps 10 degrees already did. Megs on both, and they are. Landing lights on. I think that's that one. Trim in the middle. We already did that, right? Yeah, I did a long time ago. Confirmed door is locked and latched in both places, and it is. Pitot heat on, and it is. Heading bug in case I screw up autopilot, which is this one. I think I can drag this, can I? Oh, it's better just to mouse wheel it. So we're going to mouse wheel all the way around, just like that. Autopilot, we're just going to do heading on. Whoop, don't do autopilot yet. Oh, that's right, I can't do that yet. I'm in there. Otherwise, I think that's what we need to do. So, yeah, look how you can see on the GPS over here how short of a trip this is. It's only 5 miles to our approach. So very, very short. I probably won't use autopilot, but just in case I have it ready to go. And what did I say we need to be? We need to go up. We need to go up to come down. We need to go up to 44. So we probably won't use this VNav. I'm giggling because I can already predict what's going to happen. Because we'll never get above. I'm pointing at my monitor, sorry. We'll never get above our target altitude. We're going to be going up to our target to come down. So that's what we're going to do. What's our altitude right now anyway? Yeah, it's like 450 feet or something. So that's all there is to it. Start the clock. I guess there's not really any reason to, but we will. Is it going? There we go. And let's just take off. We're not even going to turn off landing lights or anything. We're just going to fly. Fly, fly, fly. VFR stuff, I guess, because that GPS isn't going to do much good. Parking brake off. Props forward. On the rudders here. And what did I say we're going to take off at? I can't remember. I can't see my checklist. It's too far away. We'll just take off until it feels right. Like 75 or something. There's 60, there's 70, there's 75. We're all over the place. Let's go up. There we go. Positive rate. Gears up. Going up. And flaps are coming in, I think. I don't trust to switch my yoke much anymore. And there we go. We are just going to hand fly until we land. Not going to mess with lights or barometer or anything. We're not going to be high enough. We're just going to look out some windows. And, ooh, what's that? Like a crashed plane or something? No, it's a barn. Look out some windows. Try to fly this thing. Bring back the turbo so that light goes out so we don't blow anything up. There we go. Full steam ahead. I'm going to try to do some sightseeing from the outside while we manually fly. So far, so good. And we're able to see some scenery, which is good. I love the weather. So the point of what we're doing is we're following the river, which is to your right. And I wrote down the river name. Where's my piece of paper? The river name is Susquehanna River. So I think the river splits here, actually. And we're going to follow the river to the right is what's going to happen. And then go along a bunch of airports and some approaches. And we'll probably end up clearing out weather because I'm pretty confident this is absolutely gorgeous to see in clear skies. It's gorgeous to see with clouds too, but probably even better in clear skies. Alright, not too bad hand flying this thing from the outside, but let's hop inside a moment. And we can't see anything. Alright, so let's see. We can probably come down. Let's see where we're at. 2,500. No, let's get some altitude. We don't know what the terrain is in front of us. And I don't want to crash into a mountain or a hill. And yeah, I think we need to clear out the clouds because the base is supposed to be at 3,400, I think it said, but we're only at 3,000 and we're already into them. So first of all, let's level off here. And let's take the clouds out. And we'll watch the weather magically clear up for us. Just like magic. Alright, awesome. Whoa, that's very clear. Alright, good. Alright, so what are we at here? We are at 3,500. We're going to climb a little bit more. I'm curious what our VNav says because we're below. Oh yeah, it's not even going to do anything. Okay, I didn't think it would. Alright, we have a minute here, it says, but we're going to level off in a moment. What are we at? 4,000. Let's level off now. We don't need to get to 4,400. Let's just level off at 4,000. I'm using trim to help out so we get a lot of speed. What do we want to do here? I got too many papers lying around. I have multiple monitors, but I still have paper. Alright, let's try to level off. I'm not looking at my stuff. 4,200, close enough. Alrighty. 4,400 at that first waypoint, which we're going to turn now, and then now we're going to go down to 2,500 by our next waypoint. So we have 3.5 minutes to get down to 2,500. Ooh, so there's the river I was talking about. Not sure if we buy the split or not, but there's the river. And we're keeping our speed up. And we're just going to have a nice, somewhat coordinated turn. And we're going to follow our GPS. Hand flying. This is all hand flying. I think that's our airport right there off our nose. I think. Yep. Okay, there's our first airport. There's a river split. You can see. See if I can do this from the outside while hand flying. So there is the river split right there that I was talking about. Oh wow, this is amazing. Let's try to get a screen cap for this. Just like that. There we go. We'll take several throughout the trip. Very, very nice. Very beautiful. Sightseeing while manual flying is difficult, but this airplane seems much easier to handle than the 333 with the lower tail. So maybe that's part of it, or maybe I'm just actually getting better at this than I give myself credit for. Alright, so yeah, again, this is going to be a long video because I'm not going to do much cutting. This is pretty much going to be the whole video, even when I say stupid stuff, like in our startup process was kind of clumsy and I said a few incorrect things, but I corrected myself. That's all stayed in the video, as you saw. So now we need to get down. Oh my gosh, I'm not paying attention. I climbed another 1,000 feet because I was sightseeing. So we got to come down in a hurry. We got 2 minutes to get down to 2,500. And then we'll just land visually. I think what I'm going to do, instead of putting in all these GPS approaches, I think I'm just going to put in airports with like maybe one waypoint or something. And then we can just fly visually. I don't think I need to do actual instrument approaches for all of these. Because I just want to look around. Filthy windows. You can turn that off, by the way. Alright, as we're nosediving here, let's go over our approach. Approach at 110 knots, which actually is faster than we are now. So I guess this isn't going too terribly. Flaps down at 100, 85, and 75. Touchdown at 75 with throttles at idle. I know everybody else on YouTube and Twitch says to have props engaged. Now that is somewhat true to circumvent the problems of the simulator, hating turboprops at the moment. But you really should have props at idle, and this does land just fine with props at idle. I've done demonstrations as well on this in previous videos. Ooh, there's like this mountain ridge here. That is awesome. Look at that. There's like this mountain ridge that we're parallel to. That is really cool. Our speed is way too low. I feel like we're not getting anywhere. Alright, so what are we at? 2,500. We want to be at... what is it? 2,500. Nice. Alright. Except I popped up because I took my eyes off the screen. So we were doing okay, and then I popped up a little bit. Alright, now we're just going to come in and land this thing already. And I think what we'll do, I think we're just going to go visual the next legs, because we'll just follow the river. I don't think we need to do the GPS stuff. This is actually more work than just landing and flying visually. However, that being said, we are able to see that amazing mountain ridge line. That's awesome. Look at that, it just kind of starts right there after the river. And then it just goes along the river. So, I guess millions or billions of years ago, this whole thing obviously was a very wide river. Right? Basic geology from 3rd grade and then again in 10th grade or something, depending where you went to school. Wow, that's super cool. Very cool. Alrighty, let's get back in the airplane so we can land. Let's keep our speed up. We're going too slow. We don't need to go this slowly. Let's get cooking here. So given how absolutely gorgeous this area is, which I expected it to be, based on the subscribers' comments who requested this, I just want to look around and sightsee. But we all know what happens. Whoopsie, I don't even have gear down because I'm not paying any attention because I'm trying to sightsee. We all know what happens when I try to sightsee, and we are going... there you go. Oh, power lines. Whoa. Let's go above the power lines. That's interesting. There's some hillage here. We're at about 1,000 feet. Except, how are we going to land? How are we going to land if we have power lines in the way? First set of flaps can come down now. Well, let's try to go over these power lines and then nosedive. Second set of flaps, because we have to nosedive. I want to be nice and slow. Well, we're going to clip the power lines. Sorry. Can't do anything about it. Can't help. Can't help. Alright, here we go. Third set of flaps. Nosedive, and we're going to run long because I was trying to clear power lines. This could be a terrible first landing for this video. That's okay. And round it out, and this is really bad. But we're going to be smooth. There we go. It was smooth. Someone might have thrown up before, but we landed smoothly anyway. Use brakes, stop in a hurry. There we go. And I'm looking at my settings, and I just had the April Windows update near the end of May, and I noticed a lot of my detail has changed, so I bet a lot of my settings got screwed up. I haven't bothered checking. I think I'll do that between legs. Anyway, let's hop out of here. And oh, we have to wait for all the traffic. I guess he's just gonna hang out and wait for us. Okay, that's good. Let's quickly scoot around them. Flaps can come in. We're gonna park, let some people out, and then we'll do our next leg. I'll stick with you here a moment. I still got those landing lights on, don't I? Oh, can I do this without crashing? Where's my mouse? Oh, good, we didn't crash. Problem with having a wireless mouse in Flight Sim is that, you know, the save battery, the mouse will turn off, and they have to click. I can never find it. All right, here we go. That's kind of a funny sound. Let's hop out here. We got a long taxi, it looks like, but we can handle it. We'll get going on our next leg. I did reduce my mixture, by the way, so that I don't have any spark plug following to worry about. But we're still taxiing along very quickly, very hurried taxi. I mean, we do have like 6 more airports to go to, so I want to skedaddle through here. We'll park here, and then we'll turn a few things off and get the next airport in our GPS, and we'll take off again. Alright, so let's just plop over here. Should be safe. Kind of. A little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. We're going to have to turn this thing around, too, to keep going again. Alright, so let's stop here. Whoa. Set the parking brake. And I think what we're going to do, we're just going to bring back the mixture to kill the engines. And where's my mouse again? Keep having mouse problems. 1341 on the first leg. Okay, I guess we'll do that. Well, how do you reset? Whoops, stop, reset. There we go. And kill that. And come over here. I should have turned this off already first, I think. Oh, we'll keep those on. That can come off for a minute, though. Let's keep that on. I'm curious how my spark plug in charge is going to be. Oh. Well, battery's a little down, but that's still enough. Good, so we'll just hide that. And let's let everybody out so they can use the restroom very quickly before we continue on. Now, will this open for me? Not really. Let's just do it that way. Alrighty. Everybody out a minute. Welcome to wherever we are. Danville, the first leg of many on this subscriber request. So let's have a look quickly at the surrounding area, and then we will put in our next destination. So there we go. There's the river. How beautiful is that? I would imagine in real life this is astonishing. Wow, that's awesome. Alright, quick flight. Cute little airport. It's time to hop inside and get the next leg set up. Alright, for the next leg, it's just Bloomsburg, November 13th. So let's clear the flight plan. And let's just put in the next airport. We're not even going to bother anymore with GPS approaches or anything. We're just going to go completely visual. It's way too much work to do all that stuff just to go a little way down the river. So there we go. Let's go up to it. And no, fine. Do this. Direct. Direct it is. 9.5 miles. Super easy. Can we even see the path here? No, because it's the other way. Alright, let's just do a 15-mile deal. Hop over here. Let's get this door closed. And let's be on our merry, merry way. I'm just going to close it like that. Oh, latch. Latch. Everybody in? You better be, because we're leaving. And my mouse is all goofy. There we go. Let's hop over here. Fuel pump on low. Let's fire this thing up. Actually, let's do mixture forward, a little bit of throttle. And there we go. Very nice. Bring that back, bring throttle back so we don't foul. Pitot heat, no taxi lights, and let's hop outside and do a U-turn somehow and go the way we came. I don't think you need to see me taxi back. It's going to be the same thing, although we will get a different view because it'll be on the other side. Oh, we're going to clip the grass a little bit. That's okay. In fact, since winds are variable, I think we're just going to take off at this runway, make a U-turn. So the plan then is just follow the river and head to the other airport. That's barely 10 miles away. So we'll get around this corner so we can see what it looks like. And I will meet you then at this runway. Alright, we're not at the runway yet, but I just want to look at this because this is so cool. This is like a park. It's like we're taxiing an airplane through a park, and it is so awesome. I think it's so cool. I just thought that was really neat. I wanted to show you while I get off the center line because it's hard to taxi. When you're looking around, it's hard to do any flying when you're looking around. But I guess it's a flight simulator, not a sightseeing simulator, although most of us do use it as a sightseeing simulator. There we go. Taxiing from the side goes okay. Alright, now, this time I'll meet you at the end of that runway. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of a back taxi, and it looks like there's a little U-turn thing here. So, this reminds me of a bunch of bike trails. Kind of. We just kind of go around narrow little passageways. I guess if there's anybody else around, kind of in big trouble because these are like one at a time taxiways. And it's a big area out there too. So if you go all the way out, I mean, you really have to know if somebody's going to be coming. Whoops. Let's try to do this the right way. And yes, I know the gyros need to be resynced again. All right, runway 27. So we're going to be heading west, and we got to turn around to go the way we want to go because we want to go due east. So here we go. Let's get out on the start on the runway here. We'll get things set up. Get it airborne, make an immediate U-turn, head to the next airport 10 miles away. So here we go. Whip around, brakes, and parking brake, and landing lights on. Paitahi was already on. Mixture forward, props forward. Anything else I need to do? Yes, flaps down 1 notch. And get everything back in and start the clock. There we go. Let go of the brakes. And get this thing in the air. Looking at that Avanti over there. It didn't go anywhere. And I'm having a really hard time going straight with my rudders here. What in the world? Here we go. 60, 65, 70, 75. Lift up. Up. Oh yeah, those power lines. Gear up. Flaps up. Let's clear the power lines if we can. And let's go left a little bit so we can make a U-turn and go towards our other airport. Enjoying the views as we go here. It was nice to have those clouds, but it's even nicer to have clear skies. All right. Bring back throttles a little bit so we don't overboost. That's what that amber light is. And I would love to do sightseeing outside while I make this U-turn, but I don't think that's a good idea. So let's just continue our climb with a steep turn, coordinate as best as we can, a little bit of right rudder. Don't exceed bank angle though. There we go, nicely coordinated, sharp, fast turn while we climb. And head back down this river for our next 10-mile journey. Alright, here we go. Straighten out a little bit. Because we're going to follow the river. That was the request anyway. There's airport right there. Looks like we have a little town up there. Can't really see, but I think we can fly outside again. This is way easier to fly outside than the version 3 or than the Turbo 3. There we go. There's a town. Don't know what it is. I apologize. Well, let's circle around if I can. following this river. Very, very nice. Much easier without putting in the GPS approach and trying to follow the GPS approach. We're just doing some casual VFR. Oh, there we go. Into the sunrise. I don't see the airport yet, but I'm looking for it. Looking for a beacon. Otherwise, we'll just go along the river here and enjoy ourselves. How about that? Alright, our airport has been spotted. If you look up here and bring up binoculars, I believe that would be it. Right there. So we are going to move left a little bit. And then we can come in straight, I hope. Now, I know we passed another airport back here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Like I said, we're not doing every single airport. And we're definitely not doing the privates. But we're going to do as many as we can. And let's see here, bringing back throttles all the way. We're still hauling, so let's see if I can see. Whoop, that doesn't like that. I forgot about that. You can't bring throttles back all the way. You sink like a rock. That's just how it is. So you can't slow down. You just sink. But throttles are back most of the way. So here we go. As soon as we get down to 110, flaps are coming out. Gears coming down in a moment. I'm going to try to land right by that hangar in the center of your screen. Apologize, you're not going to do any sightseeing as we land. Not a good idea, so we're going to do it anyway. I just lied. Very beautiful. Very pretty. Okay. Gear down. And first set of flaps down. Oh boy. Floaty, floaty. And right over the city. Second set of flaps down. Put in some throttle to keep our speed up a little bit. And we don't have any power lines in the way, but we might have some trees in the way. Our approach was terrible on the last one, but the touchdown was smooth. Let's see if we can have a smooth touchdown and a smooth approach. So there's 85 knots now. I don't think we're going to clear that tree. I'm not going to try. Alright, we want to get down to 75 to touchdown. Last set of flaps coming out. Throttles, keep it at 75. So we're gonna, but we need pitch for speed. But we're already so low, I can't pitch down. There we go. Now we'll pitch for speed. Throttles for descent. Level off. Hold it off. Not in a hurry to land. There we go. We're at idle. We're gonna round out. There we go. Whoops. We didn't bounce. I just pulled back on the yoke because you do want to hold your yoke back if you can to keep weight off that nose wheel. So we did not bounce. That was just me having a muscle reflex and jerking back the yoke a little bit. Alrighty, flaps coming in. I still have the yoke all the way back, by the way. Now I'm letting the yoke in. There we go. Alright, we're just going to come up here, I think, and head to the right. Looks like there's some cars, like a parking lot over there, so that's where we'll go. I'm actually going to park by those fuel pumps over there while the kids run in and use the restroom, because I want to make sure our fuel is good. And that wasn't the taxiway to the fuel, that was the taxiway to those hangars. So we're just going to kind of go over here without anybody looking. Just like this. Well, that's not fuel, that's GPU. Where's fuel in this place? Oh well. There it is. I think, or is that just propane? That might not be fuel, that might just be propane, yep. And I left my landing lights on, because I'm kind of scattered for some reason. So let's stop this thing, set the parking brake, we'll check fuel, maybe we don't need to get any. Let's turn the landing lights off before we make a lot of people mad. The fuel pump off, conditioners can come back, and let's turn this off. And while the kiddos are using the restroom, let's have a look at a few things here. So first of all, let's check our fuel. See where we're at. 94 pounds. Let's leave it at that. Let's take a risk. I think we're okay. And they consume some snacks, so that can go down to 30. Alrighty, let's see here. What are we doing next then? Oh, I want to check my spark plug fouling and everything. Good, we're still good there. Battery is still good. Don't need to do anything there. So we'll try to find fuel at the next place if we can. So next, where are we going next? We are going to Wilkes-Barre, Wyoming Valley Airport, which is just down the way. Let's put that in to the GPS so we have an idea where we're going. Why won't my menu work? Because I don't hit flight plan. Goodness. Okay. Delete flight plan. You bet. That's not where we are. Right? We're at the right airport, aren't we? Yeah, we're at N13. N13. I didn't screw that up. Interesting. Okay, let's change that. We want to go to Wilkes-Barre, which is Kilo Whiskey Bravo Whiskey. There we go. And let's delete this waypoint. Weird. Clear, yeah, definitely. Kilo Whiskey Bravo Whiskey. That going to send us there? Or is that all going to be screwed up now? I don't know. Direct. Let's redo that direct. Activate, you bet. Whoops. There we go. That should be better. There we go. Okay, 32 miles. Ooh, this is a long one. I guess we could put in the GPS approach for this, given it's a much, much longer flight. 32 miles long. Let's do that. Let's do the GPS, but then we'll go visual again as we get closer, perhaps. So let's screw all this up. So where are we? We're going to do runway 9, like we have been. We're going to enter. Let's see, how far out is that? 6, 7, 8. There you go, Quebec. Yurdu, Avzek, and then the runway. We're not going to bother with VNAV because I'm just going to hand fly this thing. So we just want to be at 3,700 feet at Quebec. So that's what we're going to worry about there. So we got a flight plan in this time. Everybody should be back from the restroom, I hope. I'm not even going to bother trying to manually close that door. We're just going to use this. And latch yourself. Thank you. Latch yourself up there. We got plenty of fuel, I believe. Whoops, I didn't stop my time from the last one. We got plenty of fuel, I believe, I hope. We'll try to find fuel at the next airport. It's a biggie, so there's definitely going to be fuel. We just have to find it. Put fuel pump on low. Clear prop. And away we go. Whoops, mixture forward. And then we'll spin this up. Start this thing. There we go. 1,500. Actually, let's bring conditioner mixture back so we can taxi without fouling. We've been doing well so far. Nothing's fouled. And here we go. We're going to head back out. Might as well use runway 27. There's no wind. It's all variable. So let's just use a runway where we started. Well, actually, you know what? Let's not, because I think it was faster if we just go that way. Yeah, let's use runway 9. We'll use runway 9. First set of flaps down. And I guess I'll let you see this airport. We didn't see this side of it. And it's a close, short taxi. So we'll just skedaddle right on through and head towards Wilkes-Barre. Yay, we have a little bike trail to turn around on. I like this. These are fun. Oh, that braking is so tight. I've talked about that, how I have normal braking set on my yoke. For some aircraft, it throws you through the windshield. Other aircraft won't even stop it. So I'm just going to keep it normal, so I have to change for every aircraft. I know you can do profile settings on the yokes and everything, but I'll just keep it the way it is. I don't have to worry about changing profiles whenever I change airplanes or anything. So we'll just keep it the way it is and just help you to brace themselves before we hit the brakes. So let's get out here. Look how many wheels that FedEx trailer has. We whip around, runway 9, brakes, and parking brake is set. Landing lights are on, pitot heat is on. Start the clock. Mixture forward. Props already forward. And flaps are down. Let's go. Get that turbo to use, although we don't need it. There's a bunch of debate online in real life, like why you'd want the turbo regular or the Piper regular and Piper turbo. Mainly turbo is if you're always going to fly full, you're going to fly long distances, and you're flying high altitude, you need the turbo. Otherwise, you don't need the turbo. That's what they say. I have no opinion. I'm just a flight simulator person. Gear up, flaps up, and we will bring the throttle back a little bit to get that turbo boost off of there, or overboost, whatever it's called. And as usual, very beautiful, beautiful scenery already. Super easy flying. The sun is still coming up. We haven't been flying that long, really, if you think about it. We've done 3 airports now, the first airport and then 2 landings. That's a good sized city. Beautiful river. Beautiful frame rates. Yeah, we're just going to fly along this river. And not much else to say. So I think for this leg, there's going to be some sightseeing. I may engage autopilot a little bit. Well, they don't really need to. But we'll see. So we're going to use the GPS approach like I said. It wasn't as clumsy because it's farther away. And we're going to a pretty big airport and look for fuel. So I'll catch you in a little bit. Alright, wanted to be at 3,700 and we're at 3,800 because I was sightseeing, but only 100 off. It's not bad. We'll come down a little bit for that. So the next waypoint we want to be at 2,600. And we're going to make a little bit of dogleg to the left here. I believe that's your airport off in the distance. If we take out our binoculars, yep, there it is. Right there next to that water. So that's what we're aiming for. Just want to come down a little bit ever so slowly. We got 2 minutes to come down 1,100 feet. So that's about 500 foot per minute drop, which makes sense. I know we're a little higher than some of the other ones, but I wanted to get a longer view of the area. I just can't believe how amazing and beautiful this is. I've never been to this part of the country in real life, ever. So I didn't know what to expect. But it's quite extraordinary in the sim, so it can only be more extraordinary in real life. Let's see what our passengers have to see here in a moment once I get my bearings back on. Okay, we're about 400 foot per minute drop. Might want to come down a little faster. Otherwise, not bad at all. Passengers here, good. Get to see the river. This side they get to see like the little mountains and looks like a city down there as well. Hopping outside. Whoa, better pay attention to what we're doing. Very cool. I wish I could have my world detail set to maximum, but no can do right now. If I get a new gaming rig though, I'll make sure I can do everything at maximum or at least close to it, except anti-aliasing probably. Anyway, let's look around more on this side. Alright, awesome. Here we go. Time to pay attention and get our approach set up so we have a nice landing. We've had 2 smooth touchdowns. 2 out of 2. But only 1 good approach. Again, I blame that on the power lines. Let's see if we can have another good approach here. Alright, looks like we got 2 and 2 on the Pappy. And we came in a little high from what's published, but we got 2 and 2 on the Pappy, so a little discrepancy there between the sim and real life. Because, yeah, now we got another red on there on the Pappy, although we're doing the published glide slope and everything. So let's come down. I don't know. Let's just see where we are. We'll just go visual here, because using the published approach wasn't working out terribly well. Like I said, we came in high, but the sim said we were low. We've heard that story many times before. Do I really want to do a little bit of sightseeing? Well, of course I want to, but should I is the question. Let's just whip around here super fast. We gotta slow down so we can get geared down. Looking good. Yeah, it should be enough sightseeing for now. Actually, that didn't screw us up too much. Alright, let's slow down a little bit. Now we're drifting to the side. That did actually screw us up more than I realized. Now we're all red, so let's level off a little bit. Gear down. A little bit of throttle. Hear the drag. I love how the sounds change when you have your gear and flaps out and stuff. A little bit more throttle so we can level off. Again, throttle for descent rate, pitch for speed. Our speed is okay. Now we're off to the left. So we're using throttle to level us off, not pitch to level us off. There we go. First set of flaps down. We'll float as expected. We'll slow us down just a little bit here. I know we've been red this whole time, but we'll be just fine. Red on the Pappy, I mean. I really want to look around. I really do. But we all know what can happen. Okay, enough of that. So like I said, it flaps down a little early, but I want to slow this thing down so I get back on course here because I screwed myself up. Why are we left with runway? I can't seem to get to the right. There we go. Alright, slow me down a little bit more. I want to say about 85 right now with that second set of flaps out. One hand on the throttle, one hand on the yoke, by the way. I don't have both hands on my yoke. Just one on each. Fuel pump is on, as you would want as you're approaching. Landing lights are on. Never turn those off. Pitot heat is on. Alright, let's start slowing down a little bit more. Last set of flaps. We're going to float. That's okay because we're a little low. Keep that throttle going. We want to touch down about 75, which is where we are now. That way we can reduce throttles and coast to touchdown. So aim for the numbers. Still at 75. We're looking good. We're looking good, actually. This is my best approach so far. Let's see how the landing goes. We'll flare or round out, depends who you talk to. Throttles back to idle. Flare, round out. There we go. We touched the right main first. That would have been an awesome crosswind landing, but it wasn't a crosswind landing. That's okay. Alrighty, let's see. Flaps are coming in. Looks like we have a taxiway here we can take. And did I do the timer? Yeah, 15 on that one. I'll stop the timer in a minute. Looks like we have to make a sharp turn back here. So let's slow down enough that we can make this without too much issue. There we go. Alright, can I do this from... Well, this is a... Wait, where are we? I'm going to have to look out here. Okay, let's do some things here first. Let's turn off the landing lights and the pitot heat and stop the timer and figure out where we went, because that's not what we wanted. Well, because I want to get fuel too. So I guess we got to taxi back to where we landed. Oh wait, there's like a grass taxiway. Wait, is this a grass runway? This might be a grass runway. Let's just use a grass runway to taxi back. Right? Why not? We haven't done that before. So instead of back taxiing on the asphalt runway, we're going to back taxi on the grass runway. Works for me. Might get a little bit bumpy. Not too bad. We're going to make time here, though. We're going to fly through here. And hopefully they have some fuel, because I would really like some fuel. As we taxi, I'm looking off in the distance on the right there and up. The power line's going up the hill. That's awesome. Alright, there's a taxiway up front, it looks like. There's some fuel tanks. Excellent. Good. I'll meet you over by those fuel tanks. Alright, I believe these are fuel tanks. Well, they're going to be now. Alright, set the parking brake, hop inside, turn off the conditioners, turn off the fuel pump, reset our timer for next time, magnetos off, and this time let's turn off the battery and the alternator so we don't blow something up, and the lights too when we fuel this thing. Alright, everybody out. If you need another bathroom break, now's the time. We're going to put some fuel in this thing. So here we go. Fuel. There we go. Let's go back to 110. That should hold us over for a while. There we go. I consumed a few more snacks. And that person went to the bathroom, lost 5 pounds. Alright, there we go. That is good. How's our foul? Oh, spark plug fouling is 8 because I forgot to bring back conditioners when we taxied back. So you can see how quickly that can screw you up. Now, to get rid of that, I believe you do a run-up with throttles high and conditioners high, I think, if I remember. Can't remember. Let's give her a battery recharge since we're at the service station. Not worry about fouling, though. That should clear itself up as we go. And let's wait for the kids to come back from the restroom, and we'll get on our next leg. All right, we have our next airport in the GPS, 6.5 miles away. The kids are back. We got a bunch of fuel put back in. I just went through and threw some things up here. And shut the doors. Should lock. And they did. Latch it. And let's get this thing going. Fuel pump on low. Pipe out heat. Clear prop. Mixture forward. Whoa, how come my mixture's backwards? There we go. Alright, clear prop. Here we go. Very nice. Everything is the way it should. Whoop, let's turn this back on. Alright, here we go. We are ready to get out of here. We're just going to turn around. I think we're going to use this grass runway because it's fun. I'll bring mixture back here so you don't follow the spark plugs. So the next airport is right next door, 6.5 miles away, which in airplane time is seconds. So let's skedaddle over there. We won't need fuel. We won't need the restrooms. I think what we'll do at the next airport is we'll land and then turn around, and as we're taxiing back, we'll reset the GPS to the next airport. We won't even stop or anything at this next one. We'll just kind of come down, reset the GPS, and go. So this is a short runway. Get the flaps down. Let's do 2 sets of flaps. I believe this is runway 9, made out of grass. Here we go. You can hear the turbo blaring. Let's hop inside. Should have just enough space. There's 60. We need 75 to take off. Even though 2 sets of flaps, you can probably take off now. There's 60, 70. There's the drama. 74, 75. Ooh, up just in time. Gear in, flaps in. And let's bring the throttles back, get rid of that overboost. Alright, let's see. Let's look ahead. The runway is just off the nose, I believe. Right in that clearing, which you can't really see unless you know where you're looking. So we need to go to the right, or else we're not going to be able to have a good approach. So we're just going to turn around, have a quick view of the city before we set up for the next airport next door. Very awesome. Alrighty, we got to make way here. Why is my nose all screwed up? Something happened. Resetting the trim, that should help. There we go. And there's a runway right off the nose and left a little bit. Let's have a few looks around since we can. Very nice city there. Got some tall buildings. So it must be a good sized city. And there's our runway as promised. So let's, actually our speed is actually pretty good. Let's keep our speed the same, but we need to descend a little bit. So throttles back to control descent. Your pitch controls your speed. So I'm not going to change the pitch. I'm just going to bring throttles back to control descent here. So we can keep the same speed. There we go. We didn't really get a look out this side, did we? Looks like there's a freeway. Let's follow this freeway in. I think that would be kind of fun. Let's follow in this freeway. I think that should work, right? Where's our airport? Oh, yeah. Yep, good. All right, gear down. Keeping the throttles up a little bit, though. We don't need to slow down quite so much quite yet. I love how the sound changes. I love how you hear the turbo when you're behind the plane. I love how you hear the drag. Kind of keep an eye on that freeway outside of our left here. That's how we know where the runway is going to be, I think. First set of flaps. Extend our base here a little bit before we go into final. A lot of throttle engaged. Alrighty. Following the power lines. Actually, let's go left of the power lines so we don't hit them. Again, I'm making fine controls on the throttle to control my descent rates. We have 2 and 2 on the PAPI. Pitch for speed, which I'm not really doing anything with speed yet. I'm just using throttle, control descent. Alright, second set of flaps. Try not to flip too much. Here we go. So far, so good. No trees in the way, no power lines in the way. Very, very long runway. Like I said, we're just going to get off the runway, we reset GPS, and then take off again in the same direction to the north. Well, let's keep our speed up a little bit here. We want to touch down at 75. There's 75 right there, so let's just hold it. I do have full flaps. Gear is down. And aiming for those numbers. And we'll just round out, throttle to idle in a moment, and then we'll just hold it off as long as we can. We're not in a hurry to land. So here we go. Coming in way high, which is okay. And round out a little bit. Wide runways are difficult because you can't tell where the ground is. Just hold off as long as we can. There we go. Nose wheel down gently. Yet holding back on the yoke a little bit. Flaps coming in. Let's see, we'll have a taxiway here because I see the yellow line, so let's slow down. And let's get off of here. There we go. Very nice. Let's just go left and we'll reset GPS and we'll just do it all over again. If we had somebody else with us in the cockpit, we would just have them reset GPS right now while we taxied. But since I'm by myself and our imaginary adult is too scared to touch anything, we're just going to stop right here in the ILS stop line like that. And we will set parking brake, and let's bring conditioners back to low idle so we don't follow the spark plugs. Let's put that back in. We didn't do a time on that, but it would have been a couple seconds. Landing lights come off for a minute. All right, let's reset our GPS and get ready for the next airport, which is going to be what? Where are we? We are at Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. We were at Wilkes-Barre, Wyoming. Now we're at Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. Can't remember if I mentioned that. So we're going to go to Seamans, 9 November 3. I have a GPS approach for this, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm just going to put the airport in. So let's do that right now. Let's just move this up, select it, move it down. And 9 November. Do I know my alphabet? 3, right? 3 it is. Seamans Field. How far do we have to go? Let's go direct there. 15 miles. Very quick. And for some reason, it's not showing up right on the GPS. There it might now. Where are you? There it is. Very quick. 15 miles to the north. So we're just going to burn a U-turn. And we're going to head out and get going. And our engine stalled, apparently. So let's start that up again, and then we'll get going. And we're up and running. Let go of that parking brake. Conditioners to low so we don't ruin the spark plugs. First set of flaps down. And let's get our landing lights on as well since we're here. And I'm not even going to back taxi that 500 feet. We don't need the room. We can just go. So everything is set. I believe. Yeah, it's going to be a quick hop to the north, I think. Seems like it anyway. Let's get this set a little bit farther. There we go. All right. Everything forward. And away we go. I am doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like my mixture and all that stuff. I've been saying it a whole bunch in the same video, so I don't need to talk about it every single time. I will say gear and flaps are coming in though. And we're going to get some speed, and we will bring back throttles a little bit, get the overboost off. There we go. Very nice, very smooth, very quick, very easy. And let's have a look outside at the city. Such a beautiful area. Wow. Another place to put on my list for real life visiting. Very cool. And nice clear skies to fly in. Alright, not much else to say. I just have to keep track of where we are. Only 14 miles till the next airport. So let's do some sightseeing and I'll catch you when it's time to approach. Alright, the airport has been spotted right off our nose. If we take out the binoculars, there it is by that barn right in the dead center. So we're going to have to come left so that we can make a straight-in approach. We don't have to go around. Our speed is a good approach speed, but I don't need to go this slowly this soon. I'm going to keep some throttles in and trim down so we can keep coming down and gain speed instead of just going up, right? If you throw in throttles, it'll make you go higher. Those throttles control your pitch, as I've been saying over and over. And I lost the airport already. Where did it go? There we go. Speed down and descending steeply right over the city. I could try to do some sightseeing, but I think we're just going to have to enjoy what I already did, because if I screw this up, it could be tough. Well, maybe we can sightsee just a moment. I really want to see behind us because there's that river valley behind us there. And then the train. That's slowly going to be higher than we are, which is awesome. I love that. That's not so bad. Okay, not a bad approach. A little steep at some parts, but I think we're okay for the most part. Let's get geared down to cause some drag because we can. And I'm literally flying on the edge of my seat. This is much more exciting of an approach than I thought it was going to be. Mainly because I couldn't find the airport at first. Then it just appeared. First set of flaps. Get some throttle in there so we don't descend straight to the ground. Our approach is much better now. And second set of flaps. And here we go. We want to approach and land at 75. We don't want to be at 75 quite yet. Or touchdown at 75, I mean. It's hard to talk at the same time. Alrighty. Slow down a little bit so I get that third set of flaps out just before we touch down. We are sinking like a rock for some reason. What's going on there? Oh, weird. That was strange. That did its own thing for a second. Anyway, Should be able to smooth this out just in time. There's our touchdown speed. Flare a little. Hover. There we go. That nose wheel down gently. Don't want to slam it down. Flaps coming in. Well, kids, there's no restroom here. Hopefully you don't need it. We have plenty of fuel, but no restroom. So we're just going to turn around, reset the GPS, and head to the penultimate airport. We have 2 left. And so we're just going to turn around here. Whip around if we can. Oh, we almost made it. Reset the GPS and be on our way yet again. Alright, so the next airport, 7-6 November, Skyhaven. From what I can understand, no instrument approach at all. Purely visual. So we are going to throw it in the GPS though, just because we have something to point us in the right direction, because I don't know the area. So 7-6 November, I said? Yeah, Skyhaven. Let's go forward. There we go. Accept that. Looks like it's direct. I want to hit direct again anyway, so you have better luck that way. Yes, activate. And flight plan. 9 miles. Another quickie. So let's... There we go. 9 quick miles. We're already running, right? Oh, it stalled on us again. Goodness gracious. Clear that prop. There we go. Alright, in case you're wondering why I couldn't hear it stall, it's because my volume is very, very, very low. Just because my headache. So I did not hear it stall. Alrighty. Landing lights already on. Fuel pump and pipe heater already on. The fuel will take care of itself. There's no fuel or bathroom option here anyway, so let's do flaps. Let me do that right. Flaps. Everything forward. Parking brake off. Let's go. Skedaddle. And we're really torquing left, which I think is kind of normal. And having a hard time here. This is interesting. I didn't have this problem at any other airport. Why now? This is very weird. Let's get out of here. Up, 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 up. Gear up. Flaps coming in. That was a very strange departure. And we're going to get over this ledge, this cliff. Bring back throttle so we don't blow up the turbo. There we go. Lights out. And once we clear the terrain, oh, nice shadow on the ground. We're going to turn left and head 9 miles out. So I have no approach information for this, no airport elevation or anything. So we are just going to go for it and try to land. Although this terrain is much more difficult to spot an airport than you would think if you don't know the area. Sometimes you're right on top of it and it's too late, which almost happened to this previous one. But anyway, I'm going to keep an eye out for 9 miles, for 8 miles now. So I'm not going to get too high. Ooh, the sun changed. Probably not any higher than 2,500 or 3,000 feet. And as soon as I have an airport in sight, I will let you know. Alright, we have a runway in sight. I don't know how we're going to approach it though, because it's over here around the corner. Where'd it go? There it is. So I guess we're just going to go down for that city and then make an approach to the left. So let's start coming down now. I got much higher than I thought I wanted to because of the sightseeing, but that's okay. So let's actually swing out too and go kind of around the city, I think. And that's how we'll make our approach. Now the runway's behind the left pillar there. It should be coming into sight. There it is. So as you can see, we're pretty high. Oh, there's a nice river behind it. Very nice. So we're pretty high, so let's get as much time that we can buy here. We'll come down. because of our extra height, we're going to actually come down way beyond the city and make a giant, well, it's not really an S-curve, it's like a P shape. And then we'll come back. So the airport's under our wing right now. So we're going to kind of, I don't want to follow the river because we won't have enough of a final. We are going to kind of take the shape of the river here. Throttles are back almost all the way, but if we bring them back all the way, we'll sink. So you got to be careful about that. I don't know why it does that, but that's what it's been doing for me. And I didn't set the timer again, did I? Oh well. I'm not cutting much out of these videos, so you can, or these legs. I'm not editing much out, so it's pretty much what you see, maybe 5 seconds here and there, but the length of the legs are pretty much the real-time length. So we're just going to easily come back. We have a short final, so let's get geared down now. Again, love that sound. Ooh, there's some train to watch out for. Oh boy. Careful. That train's coming up fast. First set of flaps out. Again, I don't know this area. I didn't even practice flight, so we're doing the best we can not knowing anything. So if I were to do this entire circuit again, it would be not quite different, but it would be a lot smoother. Second set of flaps. Alrighty, let's actually bring this back and slow way down now. Well, looks like there's not a restroom here either, but the kids should be okay. We did go less than an hour ago. Alright, not a very good approach, because I didn't know what I was doing, but should be able to recover here nicely. Touchdown at 75. Oh dear. Why are we sinking? Don't sink. What's weird? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Whoa, sinking again. Ooh, that was definitely my worst landing in this airplane ever. Wasn't horrible though because ELT didn't turn on. So long as ELT doesn't turn on, you live. But it was my worst. That's okay. And a very crappy approach. Like they say, it's impossible to have a good landing with a crappy approach. But we did the best we could. We're going to whip around again, try to stay off the grass because of the friction. Don't tip over, whip it. We're going to make it. Oh, we hit the grass. That's okay. Alrighty. Let's get reset for our final leg. And then that'll be the end. But let's talk about this final leg first. There's actually something to say before we set the GPS. And we'll start by getting the flight plan in here, which is just putting in the other airport. And then we need to talk about the approach to this. So we're going to do K, Indigo, Papa Tango, which is our airport, which is called, I didn't say that, it's called Williamsport Regional Airport. And doing too many things at once. There we go. Now here's the thing. The subscriber who requested this requested that we do the runway 9 ILS approach. However, I went to the website for the airport, or AirNav for the airport, and the runway 9 ILS doesn't exist anymore. It is 27, and it says changed. You know how they do that? They'll say changed. So it's changed to runway 27. So I printed off the frequencies and the approach plate for ILS runway 27, since that's the current ILS approach at that airport. However, my nav data in the simulator hasn't been updated in a very, very, very long time. So my simulator might be expecting ILS runway 9. And I don't have that information because it's not published anymore. So I'm going to put in a localizer for runway 27, and maybe we'll be lucky and it'll still work. Or maybe it'll be like a back course thing, or maybe we're just not going to be able to do it. We're going to try. We're going to try it together. So the localizer is 110.10. So there it is, and it's off, on. See, it's on. It's not off, it's on. Just showing you that. And then we'll come over here and we'll put in, oh my gosh, I haven't used this in a long time. Well, come here. Come over this way. There we go. We're going to put in 266 degrees because that's what, is there a way to do this faster? Okay, that works. I guess we can only go that way. 266 degrees because that's the runway. 264, 5, 6. 266 degrees. Okay. So we'll try. we'll see what we can do. Nav 1, and then over here was Nav 1. This is Nav 1, Nav 1. 1, 2 is this. 3 is this. You can read all about documentation, like I said in the beginning of this video. So anyway, we have the GPS in 47 miles. We know where we're going, but it's just a matter of, will the ILS approach as requested to use work? I don't know, and we're going to find out together, as I said. And of course my engine stall. I know this time I did hear it stall a long time ago. Let's just restart this thing. Put that back in. Let's start a timer now because I'm going to forget. Let's see, everything else is ready to go though. Yeah, let's get flaps down. We're ready to take off. So we know where we're going on the GPS. I'm pointing at my monitor like you can see me. We know where we're going on the GPS. And we have our ILS tuned in, except I just realized something. I tuned in on the wrong one. There we go. There it is. 110.10 VLOC. We got set up on our ILS thing, our glide slope, blah blah blah. Engine is running, flaps are down. Let's take off the brake and let's get out of here before I misspeak more than I already have. I know what I'm doing, I swear. I just don't use the right word sometimes because it's very difficult to do all this at once. And why can't I take off again? We had like 6 airports that were fine, and these last 2, I'm having a very difficult time taking off. Anyway, here we go. At least I did it the right way beforehand. There's that train we went over. Flaps and gear up. I'm going to keep the turbo spooled up a little bit here just so we can climb out of here. So we're going to make a U-turn, follow our GPS, hand fly like we have been the whole time. We haven't used any autopilot. And then when I get closer, we'll see if we pick up the ILS, or else we'll just land visually. We'll see what we need to do. Alright, bring back throttles, get rid of that turbo over boost thing. And flaps are in, gear is in, and not much else to say. It's a little longer trip, 46 miles left or so. So let's just do some sightseeing, and we'll talk about the approach when it's time to talk about the approach. I'm just going to break through our sightseeing here. I want to add a waypoint. I want to add the approach fix for ILS so that I can I can do this while I'm... No, this isn't going to work so well because I don't have autopilot on. So I want to add an approach fix. Let's actually pop this out since we don't have a co-pilot, because I want to at least get in the right direction to see if ILS will kick us in. So we need to go to Zoomev. That sounds familiar. So I think if I go on this one, nope. This one, there we go. Then we go this one. Whoops, oh my gosh, I'm used to using the scroll wheel. It's very different. Let's go to Zoomev while I try to fly at the same time here. And see if this will get us in the vicinity to catch an ILS approach. Just like this. Oh, that's not even in there. ZUMEV. So, I imagine because my data is so out of date, going to have problems. I don't really think this approach is going to be in here. So if I could have found the original runway 9 ILS, then I would probably be in my sim. But the new updated one is the only one I could have found the plate for, and I don't have an updated nav data. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see if JibGo is still in there. Let's try that. Nope, that's not in there either. So we aren't going to... I don't think we're going to this is going to work to an ILS approach. Whoop, yeah, I'm way off because I wasn't watching. So, just to recap in case you're kind of lost what I'm talking about. The current ILS approach to this airport is ILS runway 27. And the fixes in the localizer set up for that. My nav data is out of date. So I probably have runway 9 set up to go in the sim. However, I can't find a published plate for runway 9 because it's obsolete. So therefore, even though my sim likely wants runway 9 for the ILS, I can't figure out what that information is. So we're just going to have to fly in and maybe do like a back course thing. Otherwise, we'll just land visually. But I can't say we didn't try, because we certainly tried. And I did some Googling off camera here and can't find anything. So we're just going to fly this in. I'm still flying by hand 33 miles out. And I'll get you back to sightseeing. I'll catch you again in a moment. But before we do that, yes, I am managing my props and my manifold pressure and stuff. I haven't been mentioning that on video because these have been really, really short flights. But given this is a longer flight, I am paying more attention to that. Just wanted to point that out. I'm going to keep landing lights on too. And now, we'll get you back to some sightseeing. Alright, so I just flipped my CDI over to VLOC, and we got something. We got a glide slope and a localizer, so I don't know if this is going to bring us in on runway 27 or not, but we're going to try it. We're 8.4 miles away, so we certainly would be picking up ILS at 8.4 miles away. So let's try it. I'm going to fly towards the needles, and we also have to descend too because we're way above that glide slope. So we're at 8,700. I don't know how I got so high. I guess I was sightseeing. Remember, I've been hand flying this whole time while I sightsee, so it's kind of hard to keep things the way you intend to when you're outside the plane for 20 seconds at a time or 30 seconds at a time. Oh, there we go. We're about to cross over the runway, so this might work. It might be treating it like a back course, though, so we'll see how this goes. So now we overflew because I was too busy talking. So let's fly back the other way, chase the needle, and let's descend. Oh, oh goodness, there's our runway. Oh boy, another nosedive. At least I assume that's your airport. Okay, we might actually have to go around this last time. We'll see. Well, we're only 8,000 up. And we're 6 miles out. Ooh, this might be uncomfortable. Yeah, we're going to be a little more appropriate. We're going to be a little more realistic. We are going to circle around. We're not going to nosedive this one. We don't want to make the kids any sicker than they are. Alright, let's just circle out all the way around here. I guess I could pull up the Go Mist approach plate, but we're just going to circle around. And keep our speed up, though, because again, with throttles all the way back, you just slow down and sink. You don't just go down and keep your speed. It's kind of strange. Big circle while we descend like crazy. I make everybody dizzy. At least we have a nicely coordinated turn. Alright, so we're pulling out of our turn. We still got to come down. We're still well above our glide slope, but it's much more reasonable now. And much more realistic of an approach. So let's keep coming down. And I'm using the ILS. I'm not looking out my window. I'm just slowly moving towards that needle. And slowly trying to descend to catch the glide slope. Alright, we're about lined up with our runway. And there's outer marker. So we're lined up with the runway now. We just have to come down and catch a glide slope, which is coming up on us in a hurry, so that's good. There we go. Now we're just going to chase the needles in. Well, they're not really supposed to chase the needles. You're supposed to know what you're doing. But anyway, so there we go. On the glide slope now, so let's level off so that we go down about 500 feet per minute or so. Gear down. First set of flaps down. We're going to level off until we catch the glide slope because it went too low. Alright, gear down. Second set of flaps. Get that throttle going though. Level off until we catch the glide slope. Now we're too low still. And yes, you can do this with autopilot until minimums, but we are going in by hand. I've done this whole trip. All of these legs have been by hand. It's been kind of nice. This Aero 4 version is much easier to fly than the 3. Get knocked to the left a little bit here. And looks like we're actually going to land ILS runway 27. Awesome. Our approach speed is way too slow. That's a problem when I fly instruments like ILS, is I'm overcautious. So I slow way down. But that's not good. We do have 2 sets of flaps out though, so we shouldn't go too fast. I'm still to the left a little bit if you look at that needle, just a little. Again, I'm looking at my gauges, and now we're too high because I was talking instead of flying. Anyway, look at the city super fast. Alright, let's get down to that needle like we're supposed to and avoid looking out the window. Throttle to descend. Pitch for speed, all their speed is okay. Now the needle's moving. There we go. Let's try to stay on the glide slope this time. Now we're too low, whatever. We're gonna hit trees, I think. Alright, well, we'd be at minimums anyway, so third set of flaps, I'm not paying attention. Look out for that tree. Nosedive over that tree. This is our touchdown speed. So we'll get a little bit closer. I don't know why I'm having such a bad time at this. I think I'm kind of exhausted. This is like 8 airports in one video. We're just gonna float like 2 feet over the runway forever. And throttle's back. And keep the nose wheel off as long as possible. There we go. Yoke is back. Keep the weight off. Yoke is in. Flaps are coming in. Turbulent approach. Smooth touchdown though. And left of the runway because that is my signature move. So this is our final airport. We're going to taxi and actually do a shutdown on this thing though because this is our final airport. So let me get off here, find a place to park, and we will shut this thing down. But first, actually, we're going to do lights and stuff like we're supposed to. So can I do this without crashing into things? Turn that off, come up here. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Oh yeah, bringing back the mixture to lean so we don't follow the spark plugs. And let's just pick that little brown hangar right in front of us, I think. I think that's good enough. So I'll meet you up there. Alright, we're just going to stop right here. The kids cannot wait to get out. They've had enough. Let's hit the brakes and set the parking brake. Get the yoke back in. 29-minute flight time on that one. Longest one we've had, I think. So what is next? Stop the clock. Turn off the landing lights. Already did. Anti-collision lights can come off, it says. Okay. Flaps up. Yes. Pitot heat off. Fuel pump off. Avionics off. And off. And off. And off. Wrong way. Oh, there's off. Mixture cut off. There we go. Megs, let's reset that and put that on the time. Megs off as well. Turn off remaining lights. There are no remaining lights. Let's get some air in here. Alternator and battery to off, like so. And fuel tank selector to off, like so. And open the doors. We have a latch here and a latch here. And let's see if I can actually open the door this time. It worked. Let's hop outside and have our sign off. All right, static elements, and welcome to wherever we are. I've lost track. Williamsport. So what a great subscriber request. I've never done that before in one video where I've done multiple airports. I admit it took me the better part of a day. I did not split up my recording days. I did in one session, but it was one very, very long session. Spliced them all together for you. Made a really long video, but it was a great episode of our 50 states tour. We jumped ahead of Pennsylvania, flew around Pennsylvania, and here we are. Finally done. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you are a subscriber, thank you for your continued support. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, please like. And again, if you have a request for the 50 states tour for your state or a state you enjoy visiting, and you want me to fly to a certain part of that state when I get to that state in the tour, let me know in the comments section below, and I'll do the best I can to accommodate it, even if I have to double up a couple states, do them a couple times for people who might have requests for the same state. That is totally fine with me. There's no limit to like 50 episodes of the series. It'll go on as long as I need to, within reason. I'm not going to do 300 flights in the United States or something. But anyway, we will go back to the A's for the next flight of the tour. We're going to be in Arizona next. That's where we left off before he jumped to Pennsylvania. So we're going to jump back to Arizona. Going to be a night flight to test the new super long draw distance for night lighting. So stay tuned for that. It'll be a couple days, though my wife is home. Not home. She's not teaching right now. It's a couple weeks before she teaches summer session. So when she's not teaching, I'm with her. So the videos will slow down a little bit. There won't be daily or every other day. Next video will be out in a couple days at best. But anyway, enough rambling. That was the longest outro for the longest video. Good enough, though. Catch you on the next one.